Seldom ever, if ever, have I done a recording like this, but maybe this will be one of many. I have felt compelled to share where I stand because there has been an uptick in conflict between what I, as much as I hate labels, the indoctrinated healers versus the religious versus the awakened, the the indoctrinated versus the new age. Pick your favorite label. Um, I'll even challenge you to consider, is this a matter of just yin versus yang? Because think about it, the religious love to depict themselves as children of the light, right? Where the more non religious better embrace the shadow, the darkness, the void. And ironically, even in scriptures, they say God is void of shape. He is in the expanse. And so I say all that to say is God is in it all. Hence my frustration right now, because I find myself defending those who have chosen not to label their walk with their source, their creator, versus those who have. We're focused on the wrong things, people. And I understand there is religious wars happening. There are big fundamental wars with great tragedy being had on innocent people, and we're got a front row seat to it, and we're being forced to evaluate even our own lives and determine where do we stand on these issues and how are we walking in terms of righteousness, right? So it's very triggering. I get it. But I would love to invite everyone to consider that we're all striving for the same end game, regardless of how you choose to go about it. Regardless if you pick up a Bible, a crystal, a candle, choose your choose your weapon, choose your armor, I guess for a better term. Um, it's all about intention. And so all I really want to do is just speak mine. I know there's a lot of witchy people that probably look at me and can't make sense of me, and I don't blame you. Um, I know there's a lot of religious folk, especially those who I used to probably attend services with, and wonder what the hell am I doing? And um, I'm just walking with God. I do walk with the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I do believe that I have been chosen to go to the light, Caroline, and beyond, and to find God in everything. And I mean, from being born into a non-practicing Catholic family, just meaning they didn't go to services. I went to Catholic school when I was cutting up. That's to then being introduced to a non-denominational Christian um, church, and really being kind of caught up in the emotion of that, the acceptance and the love, to wanting to dig deeper, and God showing me through progressive revelation, even the fallacy behind that, and realizing that I had to look beyond the emotional gratification and continue to seek the truth. So I converted to Judaism. And even then, and I made sure my rabbi understood that, I said, I'm sure my my foundation of truth is going to go beyond this, but I'm always going to hold the Hebraic faith and the people to be part of my lineage. And he said, good, because this isn't a membership club. You don't get to just opt out. So I still proudly uh, call myself Jewish. I am, even if by conversion I am Jewish. And even if I am not, I still keep kosher light. I still honor most of the feast days. I'm not that great about keeping the Sabbath every Friday, other than just my own personal, not like the good old days, but my spiritual walk has definitely expanded into what people would esteem to be more witchy, with the use of holistic practices like crystal Reiki healing and candle magic and things of that nature, because it is of my belief that everything that was put on this earth, created by God, was made to be used and made available for our use. And with the right intentions, putting God first in my life, that there is nothing in his creation that was not meant for me. One day we're going to have a whole talk about that Adam and Eve thing with the forbidden out fruit, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. But I represent it all, and I know that's going to be potentially triggering to some people listening to this. And I'm okay with that. I'm not doing this for your approval. I am doing this by divine guidance. I know this is my soul's path. In fact, check my receipts. It's in my natal chart. I am meant to go the uncharted path, and I even have the scriptures to back it, that there's at least one that supports my mission, and it is by blind faith that I trust that the truth will be revealed behind what I did, what I am doing, and what I have yet to do. And that is just to prove God and to prove the divine in you. And maybe not, I don't want to say that I'm trying to prove myself. I'm not here to prove anything to you. But that whole, the light in me recognizes the light in you. And hopefully, in recognizing the light in you and sharing that with you, you would then see the light in me. There will be that resonance, but it's not necessary for me, for my sake at least. But hopefully you get what I'm throwing down. You're picking up what I'm throwing down. With all that said, back to the original intent behind this recording. So there's been a lot of back and forth, and I know I got triggered and jumped in it too, because it's really hard for me, for personal reasons and otherwise, to see especially people of color who have been stripped of their ancestral beliefs because of the colonizer spirit, which to me is very demonic, and used the word of God to justify. And then somehow, like some perverse sense of Munchausen syndrome, generations later, those who were forced into this religion would then persecute their brothers and sisters who have been awakened to the truth of themselves and reclaimed their ancestral birthright and said that is not of God. Not only denying that person their birthright, but denying the truth of themselves. That is like the biggest tragedy to me. But I know me alone is not going to be able to cure this disillusionment. And there's truth on all sides, right? I also know, just as much as those proclaimed witches would seek to use magic to manipulate the will of others, religious people need to understand how much the word of God has been used to manipulate the will of people as well. Like we both sides need to heal that, control that imbalanced masculine energy within, and surrender the sword. Our fight is not with each other. And we would do better to make this world a better place if we would stop warring with each other and get to making this life more habitable, more peaceable, because I think ultimately that's what we all want. So I don't know. I just wanted to put this out there so people know where I stand, because I know I say a lot of controversial things, and I tend to just put little sound bites out there to get people to think, and even if it has to piss you off first, so be it. Sometimes you do. Sometimes you have to be triggered. Sometimes you have to have that tower moment. Sometimes you have to be offended to kick off that introspection. And so if that's what comes out of it, if that's what it takes, then so be it. You know, that's where I'm at with it. But at least I wanted you to know my intent and my foundation. And that's, I both, all, I am where God is at, and my God is in it all. He is with the witches, he is with the religious, he's with the non-believers, he's with those who don't even believe in the existence of a creator. Those who believe they are God, he's with them too. And so I'm not here to tell you you're wrong any more than I want you to tell me I'm wrong. But it is my hope that whatever is happening up there in the stars relative to what's happening down here, that at some point we will realize that we will do better to further our own individual desire for freedom and peace and tolerance when we surrender our own sword and just walk in truth and let the chips fall where they may. I tell everybody who disagrees with me, I hope for your sake you're right, because I'm not afraid to be wrong. I never have been. I never have been. But to date, and I'm 47 years of age, I've had no reason to not believe. And even when I've started to even doubt myself, God will find a way to bring me back full circle and be like, no, keep going. So I just want to say that to you too. Keep going. You'll get there. We'll get there. I love you.